Welcome to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive. Today we're plunging into, well, a really electrifying topic, the Springboks and their evolving game. You've got former All Black star Stephen Donald calling them a scare factor for the upcoming 2027 Rugby World Cup. And we've got some fascinating insights from an article looking at his views. So our mission today is really to unpack what makes this team such a formidable big beast, and how their strategy is shifting things. This deep dive, it promises to be full of aha moments, and we're excited to share these nuggets with you. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, make sure you hit that subscribe button to Rugby Obsession so you don't miss any of our future deep dives.
It's a fantastic topic, really it is.
Yeah.
What's genuinely fascinating here, I think, is how a team that's already, at the absolute pinnacle is still finding ways to innovate and, frankly, intimidate their opposition. We'll be looking at the specifics of this evolution, not just what they're doing, but why it matters and what it means for the global rugby landscape as we head towards 2027.
Okay, let's unpack this incredible journey then. South Africa, under Rassie Erasmus, they've been just dominant, haven't they? Clinching back-to-back World Cup titles, 2019 in Japan, 2023 in France. That's a total of 4 Webb Ellis Cups now. It makes them the most successful nation in World Cup history.
It does, and their closest rivals, New Zealand, they're next with 3. So it's quite something.
It really is a testament to their excellence.
Indeed, and their success, it's undeniably been built on a very effective, often described as conservative, maybe power-based game plan.
Right, forward dominance kicking game.
Exactly. That physical approach, just grinding teams down, it's a blueprint that proved incredibly successful in those campaigns. We even saw it mostly in that recent Rugby Championship game against the All Blacks at Eden Park. They lost that one 24-17, but the core identity was still there.
Yeah, that method has served them incredibly well, but it also sort of painted them with a particular brush, didn't it?
It did.
But here's where it gets, really interesting, maybe a bit audacious. For their very next match against the All Blacks, this time in Wellington, Erasmus didn't just tweak things, he rang the changes, as they say.
Big time.
Yeah, some bold moves, dropping experienced players, especially in the back line, bringing in younger guys. And crucially, he explicitly went for a more expansive game plan, a clear shift. And a big part of this, surely, is the addition of Tony Brown, former All Blacks fly half, now their attack coach.
Oh, absolutely. That's a huge strategic play. Almost, a statement of intent, wouldn't you say?
Definitely a statement.
And it does raise that big question. Why make such a shift? Especially when your established game plan is already, world-beating. 2 World Cups back-to-back, you'd think, if it ain't broke.
Right. Don't fix it.
Exactly. But Stephen Donald, the All Blacks legend, he thinks the Springboks incredible depth. I mean, they have world-class talent almost everywhere, sometimes 2 or 3 deep. And their ability now to combine this new, more expansive approach with their usual, physical dominance, that creates this scary factor.
Scary factor.
Yeah, makes them even more dangerous, more unpredictable, looking ahead to 2027 in Australia. What stands out to you about this strategic evolution? It's bold, isn't it?
Well, what immediately jumps out is just the sheer confidence it takes. It's not just about winning anymore. It feels like they want to win differently, maybe even more decisively. It tells me Rassie Erasmus isn't resting on his laurels. He sees the game evolving. Pure power, yeah, it's effective, but maybe it's not always enough against the very best, especially in those knockout games where you need to adapt. He's looking for that extra dimension.
Absolutely. And that phrase, scare factor, is pretty provocative, isn't it? Stephen Donald, he doesn't just point to depth. He says, yeah, it's great, but lots of top nations have depth now. He really zeroes in on something specific to the Springboks, something that lifts them beyond just having a deep squad.
Okay, so what is it then?
Well, it's how he puts it. He emphasizes their ability to match the brilliance of that back line with the absolute brutality and power of those forwards and the evolution of some of those forwards. He's not just talking big hits or scrum power anymore.
Oh, okay.
He's talking about the ball playing of those forwards to complement those wonderful backs that they've got.
Yeah.
It's not just forwards crash, back score. It's this blurring of roles, and that's what makes it terrifying for defenses.
Right, because you used to know what a forward was generally going to do. Carry hard, secure the breakdown.
Exactly. Now you tackle a prop like Oxenecce. You're not just thinking about stopping the drive.
Yeah.
You're thinking, is he going to offload? That uncertainty changes everything.
And he gives some incredible examples. Imagine you're defending, looking up at, an Ibn Etzebeth, a Malcolm Marks, Peter Septitoit, Siakolisi.
Titans, absolute titans.
Yeah, and you're thinking, okay, I have to commit everything physically here, total commitment. But now, these same guys, these huge powerhouses, they have the ability to pull a ball out the back and pass to someone or tip on to someone. He even points to the big Oxon, who's just known as this phenomenal scrummager, is running around and doing offloads and little pop passes. I mean, the image of Oxon doing a delicate pop pass. It's almost funny.
It is. Like a bulldozer doing ballet, as you said earlier. It's astounding and,
Wow.
yes, terrifying for opponents.
And that's where Tony Brown's influence comes in.
Right. Seems likely. Donald suggests Brown is slowly chipping away at Rassie. Great image, isn't it? A master tactician gently nudging. Brown's encouraging a little bit more creativity, a little bit more width, broadening horizons, using all that talent differently. While they've always had good backs, Donald says the current skill and his speed level is just ridiculous to ignore.
Like Cheslin Colby.
Exactly. Colby has been standing out there for a long time, and they've now just realized, right, he's got to be involved, not just as a finisher, but maybe more as a creator, too.
And Donald even remembers that 2019 World Cup final when the shackles started to break, he says.
Ah, yes.
It was players like Lucanio Am and Makazole Mapimpi doing the damage. That was a little trigger for them, apparently, a hint of what was possible.
a glimpse of the future, maybe.
And looking ahead to 2027, Donald sees a back division like the one in Wellington, plus Australia probably offering great weather, great tracks, dry balls, perfect conditions.
Ideal for that expansive game. Firm pitch, dry ball. It's a playground for skilled players, backs and forwards. So connect this to the bigger picture, and it really transforms them. It means that traditional, simplistic route.
Forward domination, smash them up.
Yeah, smash the opposition to smithereens. That's now boosted by real attacking finesse. Creativity. This combination, Donald says, makes them a pretty big beast that's going to roll into Aussie in a couple of years' time. This evolution, plus, the praise for Manny Libbock's brilliant impact and that big win over the All Blacks in Wellington.
4-3-10, wasn't it?
That's the one. It just shows a team that isn't standing still. They're actively seeking new ways to dominate. It gives us fans so much more to look forward to. And if you're enjoying this deep dive, please do take a second to subscribe to Rugby Obsession. We'd love to have you along for more discussions like this.
So what does this all mean then? For the sport, for fans like you listening, it really feels like the Springboks aren't just evolving, they're actively, raising the bar, showing that power and skill can be combined in this really challenging way. But let me play devil's advocate for a second. Could this complexity also introduce more errors, especially under World Cup pressure?
That's a fantastic question. Because, yeah, the margins are tiny at that level, and tradition runs deep in Springbok rugby. That power game is ingrained. The risk, I suppose, is maybe losing some of that raw edge if they focus too much on creativity without nailing the execution. But I think the genius is meant to be in the combination, not replacing one with the other.
Revving options.
Exactly. Being able to play both ways. Pick and choose based on the opponent, the conditions, the moment. Execution has to be flawless, yes. But look at the talent. These aren't just big guys. They're incredibly skilled athletes.
Yeah.
With top coaching, like from Brown, you'd think they can manage that risk. The reward seems huge.
So it raises that question then. How do rival teams even prepare for this? A Springbok side that can physically batter you, but can also suddenly unleash this highly skilled, creative backline, now supported by ball-playing forwards.
It forces a complete rethink, doesn't it? For defensive strategies, for attack strategies, across the board, you can't just prep for power or just for flair. You need to be ready for both, potentially at the same time. The positive impact for the sport, though, it's got to be more dynamic, more unpredictable, just more exciting rugby for everyone watching. We'd really love to hear your thoughts on this. Is this big beast Springboks team genuinely unstoppable now? How do you think other nations will respond? What new tactics might they need?
It definitely gives us all something to chew on as we look towards 2027. What a fascinating deep dive that was into the Springboks' strategic evolution. We've seen how their traditional power, guided by Rassie Erasmus, is now being supercharged with this new level of attacking creativity, thanks partly to Tony Brown, creating that truly formidable, multifaceted scare factor Stephen Donald talked about, makes him a real big beast heading towards the 2027 World Cup. Before we go, just a quick reminder to hit that subscribe button for Rugby Obsession to stay on top of all the latest rugby insights and discussions. Thank you for listening to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive, and we will look forward to you listening to our next episode.